everybody. And I find this hilarious, and I'll tell you why in a second. Angel Reese and Paige Bueckers are teaming up for a Reese's and Oreo collaboration. All right, there they are. There they are. Brave, stunning, and courageously hugging each other.
Right there. That collaboration just happened. Angel Reese and Paige Bueckers hugging it out for a Reese's and Oreo marketing campaign. And the internet immediately saw what the marketing team apparently didn't think twice about. We're about to break down one of the most tone-deaf yet somehow brilliant marketing moves in WNBA history, and the hypocrisy that's baked right into it.
Reese's Oreo, the official Instagram page of Reese. Interesting. Okay. Their numbers may be 5, but together this duo's a solid 10. Get ready for a slam dunk matchup coming soon.
The official Reese's Oreo Instagram page dropped this collaboration on January 15, 2025. Their caption read, "Their numbers may be 5, but together this duo is a solid 10. Standard marketing speak. But here's what makes this different. They paired a black athlete with a white LGBTQ athlete to sell a product that literally combines chocolate and white cream. And somehow, nobody in that boardroom stopped to ask the obvious question.
You know what's crazy? Reese's could have literally just hired Caitlin Clark, and y'all have gotten a 2-for-1 deal and about 10 times the amount of reach. But okay, that's neither here nor there. Now, guys, keep in mind, if I suggested Reese's should come up with a Oreo mix based on a black athlete.
Now, before we go further, let's establish the double standard here, because this is where it gets interesting. The same fan base that has spent the entire 2024 season calling critics racist for questioning Angel Reese's efficiency stats, the same group that labels every Indiana Fever fan as problematic, the same people who turn any Caitlin Clark discussion into a racial debate, they're celebrating this campaign without a hint of irony. The term Oreo has specific racial connotations in American culture. It's been used as a slur against black individuals, perceived as acting white. Everyone knows this. But apparently when a corporation does it for profit, it's just good marketing.
They would haul me out, tie me up, and put me in a rocket launcher and launch me straight into space. All right? I'm sure it wouldn't be Elon. They'd have to find some other, probably Bezos. I'd get launched into the sun. I would be labeled every racist allegation that could possibly be thought of. But nah, it's cool as long as they...
Let's talk numbers for a second, because this matters. Caitlin Clark drove 3.2 million viewers for the WNBA Finals Game 5 in October 2024. Her regular season games averaged 1.8 million viewers on major networks. Angel Reese's Chicago Sky games without Clark, they averaged 87,000 viewers. Paige Bueckers hasn't even entered the WNBA yet. So from a pure marketing reach perspective, Reese's could have partnered with Clark alone and gotten 10 times the exposure. But they didn't. And that tells you this wasn't about reach. This was about optics and narrative.
Lee sheet. I mean, it would be the biggest, fallout, backlash, nuclear backlash since I once called women broads, and all of them got their little feelings hurt. Because none of them grew up in the 70s and 80s when that was like nothing. Crying over that. It was hilarious. I mean, this is wild, you know?
Here's what the comments section looked like within hours. "Team up in Dallas, please" was one of the top responses, referring to ongoing speculation about Angel Reese potentially being traded to the Dallas Wings. That rumor has been circulating since December 2024 when Chicago's front office changes began. The Wings currently can't sell out their 5,000-seat College Park Center even when Clark visits. Last season, the Fever Wings game on June 12 drew 487 fans, leaving over 600 seats empty despite Clark being the draw. So the idea that Reese and Bueckers could somehow fill that arena together is wishful thinking at best.
Right here. Race baiting in a positive light this time. I mean, honestly, right here, are you not familiar with the term Oreo? Yeah. I mean, I'm just pointing that out. I'm just pointing that out, but it's good. Oh, it's good. Their fans are lapping this up. They're on their knees lapping this up. Yeah, that I deserve NBA money. The only one. The only one. And of course, oh my God.
But let's flip the script for a moment. Imagine if a white male commentator suggested this exact partnership. Picture a sports analyst saying, "You know what would be a great Oreo campaign? Pair the black player with the white player." That person would be unemployed within 20. The think pieces would write themselves. Twitter would demand apologies. Sponsors would run for the exits. Yet when the corporation does it, when they literally use the racial optics as the selling point, it's celebrated as inclusive marketing. The hypocrisy isn't subtle. It's the entire strategy.
I wanted to touch on this because I did a video when Elle Duncan left or is leaving or going to Netflix because ESPN told her to get out. She wanted to play double duty and they said, nah, you head your ass on over to Netflix. Malika Andrews is the leading candidate to become ESPN's lead WNBA studio host after the departure of Elle Duncan, sources told Front Office Sports. No deal has been finalized, and a spokesperson for ESPN declined to comment.
Now let's address the elephant in the room about media coverage. This ties directly into the Malika Andrews announcement that broke on January 14. Front Office Sports reported that Andrews is the leading candidate to replace Elle Duncan as ESPN's lead WNBA studio host after Duncan's departure to Netflix. Duncan spent the entire 2024 season doing what this commentator calls the "oh but wait" routine. Every time she mentioned Caitlin Clark's record-breaking numbers, she immediately pivoted Angel Reese or Angel Wilson. Clark breaks the rookie scoring record? But wait, let's talk about Reese's rebounding. Clark leads all rookies in assists? But wait, Wilson is having an MVP season. It became predictable to the point of parody.
The Athletic first reported that Duncan is poised to leave ESPN to become the face of Netflix sports studio coverage. Duncan also hosts the 6 p.m. Sports Center with Kevin Nagandi and has been the lead anchor of ESPN's women's college basketball coverage, including the Final Four. Andrews is a natural choice for the WNBA role as she's already begun hosting coverage of the league for the ESPN the last year on its.
Malika Andrews represents a different approach. She's been hosting NBA Today and NBA Countdown and took over opening night WNBA coverage in 2024. Here's what matters. There's no documented history of Andrews engaging in the same dismissive pattern toward Clark that Duncan perfected. She's maintained professional distance and let the games speak. That's a significant shift for ESPN's WNBA coverage. Duncan wanted to juggle both ESPN and Netflix duties. ESPN told her to choose. She chose Netflix's money. That decision became official in early January 2025, and now we're seeing the reshuffling.
Opening night. She's the lead host of NBA Today and NBA Countdown, the latter of which is scaled back this season as ESPN is licensing Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Shaq. Andrews has resumed her role as NBA sideline reporter for ESPN this season. It was not immediately known what ESPN's plan is for women's college basketball or 6 p.m.
Back to the Oreo campaign, because the timing here matters. This dropped right in the middle of WNBA offseason, when player movement speculation is at its peak. The league just announced a 4-time salary increase for players starting in 2025, bringing the average salary from $130,000 to over $500,000. Yet players are still complaining about housing arrangements. Brianna Stewart posted about accommodation issues on January 10th. Dejanai Carrington echoed those concerns 2 days later. The disconnect is staggering. You're getting a 30-85% pay increase, and the focus is on whether your temporary housing has granite countertop.
Be on the lookout for the Paige Bueckers, Angel Reese. Totally racist if you say it and come up with it. Reese's Oreo collaboration, but not racist at all because they came up with it and they're involved. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
So here's what this Reese's Oreo campaign really represents. It's a perfect encapsulation of where the WNBA finds itself in 20. The league finally has mainstream attention, primarily because of Caitlin Clark's record-breaking rookie season. She averaged 19.2 points and 8.4 assists per game, both rookie records. She led the Fever to their first playoff appearance since she drove ratings that the league hadn't seen in over 2 decades. And yet the marketing partnerships keep going to everyone except her. Angel Reese averaged 13.6 points and 13.1 rebounds for a Chicago Sky team that finished 13-27 and missed the playoffs entirely. Paige Bueckers hasn't played a professional game yet, but they're the ones getting the Oreo deal. Why? Because the narrative matters more than the number. Because the optics of diversity and inclusion sell better than pure performance. Because you can't be accused of favoritism if you intentionally avoid the person who actually moved the needle. The comment section celebrating this partnership while simultaneously calling Clark fans racist is the perfect microcosm of WNBA discourse. And the same people who see racism in every criticism of Reese's 39% field goal percentage see nothing problematic about a marketing campaign that literally uses racial contrast as its hook. The same fans who demand Clark share credit for the league's growth have no problem with campaigns that exclude her entirely. And here's the kicker. This campaign will probably work. Not because Reese and Bueckers have the reach to move product at Clark's level. They don't, and the ratings prove it. But because controversy sells. Because the debate we're having right now is exactly what Reese's wanted. They knew this would generate discussion. They knew people would point out the obvious racial optics. They knew the hypocrisy would be glaring. And they did it anyway because negative attention still drives brand awareness. The real question is what this says about where the WNBA is headed. The league just secured a $2.2 billion media rights deal in July 2024, largely on the strength of Clark-driven rating. Yet the marketing ecosystem around the league continues to treat her like an afterthought. Reese gets the Oreo deal. Wilson gets the MVP coverage. Bueckers gets the pre-draft hype. And she gets criticized for not being vocal enough about social issues, for not sharing the spotlight enough, for having fans that are supposedly problematic. This is the same pattern we saw all season. Clark breaks the single-game assist record with 19 against the Dallas Wings on July. The conversation immediately shifts to whether her teammates deserve more credit. She leads all rookies in scoring, assists, three-pointers made, and minutes played. Let's talk about Reese's double-double streak instead. She drives the Fever from worst attendance in 2023 to selling out every road arena in 20. Let's focus on how the league's overall growth benefits everyone equally. The Oreo campaign is just the latest example. And what makes it particularly frustrating is that it didn't have to be this way. Reese's could have done a solo campaign with Clark and gotten massive reach. They could have done a trio campaign with Clark, Reese and Wilson representing different playing styles. They could have waited for Bueckers to actually play professional games before building marketing around her. Instead, they chose the two players who create the most convenient narrative while delivering the least measurable impact. And the fans celebrating this, they're the same ones who will complain in 6 months when WNBA ratings drop. Because Clark isn't getting the support she needs. They're the same ones who will demand equal pay while rejecting the player who actually generates the revenue to justify it. They're the same ones who will call you racist for pointing out that Reese shot 39. They're the same ones who will call you racist for pointing out that Reese shot 39.1% from the field and 8. Numbers don't lie. But apparently they're racist if they don't support the preferred narrative. So where does this leave us? With a marketing campaign that perfectly captures the WNBA's identity crisis. A league that wants mainstream success but resents the player who delivered it. A fan base that demands respect while attacking anyone who brings objective analysis. And a media ecosystem that would rather push narrative than acknowledge reality. The Oreo campaign isn't tone deaf. It's perfectly calculated, and that's what makes it so revealing. What do you think? Is this brilliant marketing or blatant hypocrisy? Drop your take in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because this conversation is just getting started. The WNBA offseason is heating up. And if this campaign is any indication, the 2025 season is going to be even more chaotic than the last.